President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, held talks in Mogadishu with the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres. The President briefed the SG on the progress made in the war against the Kharijist Al-Shabaab, the general situation in the country, and the challenges that the country is facing. Second, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, visited Baidoa in Southwest State, where he met people who were displaced due to the problems of Kharijist Al-Shabaab and the droughts. Also, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, who has completed a 2-day visit to Somalia, has called on the international community to support Somalia as the country gears towards progress and stabilization. The President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, met this week in Mogadishu with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Finland, Pekka Haavisto. The President of Somalia also visited Hilweyne Somali National Army camp in Bal'ad, where there are thousands of soldiers who will participate in the security operations of the capital, Mogadishu. The cabinet has passed a law to control carrying weapons in the streets of Mogadishu. The move is part of the stabilization program of the capital. The President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, has backed the cabinet ban of the civilian use of machine guns and other weapons in the capital, Mogadishu. The Prime Minister of the Federal Government of Somalia, Mr. Hamza Abdi Barre, met with the Ambassador of Qatar to Somalia in Mogadishu to discuss strengthening the relations and the cooperation between the two countries. The Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia also met with the Chinese Ambassador to Somalia in Mogadishu. Also, the Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre called on businessmen to strengthen their investment capacity in the country. The Cabinet has approved the appointment of the new Chief of Custodial Corps, Brigadier General Mahad Abdurrahman Aden. The envoy of the President of Somalia for Somaliland Affairs, Abdikarim Hussein Goulet, met with the President of Djibouti, Ismail Omar Gelle, in Djibouti. The President of Jubaland State of Somalia, Ahmed Mohamed Islam, visited the areas of Aukumbale, El-Ad, Angel, Harbole, and Janay Abdallah, which were recently liberated from Al-Shabaab terrorists. The Somali National Army today marks its 63rd anniversary since its establishment. Somali National Army has liberated villages along the Shabelle River in the south of Beledweyne from the Kharijist Al-Shabaab. The Somali National Army and the local people who are fighting the Al-Shabaab have carried out operations to chase the terrorists from areas located in Buluburte district in Hiran, while destroying some caves used as hideouts by the terrorists. Somali National Army conducted an offensive against Al-Shabaab in El Jukov village in Galmudug State. A meeting attended by the countries of the frontline states, which discussed the coordination of the beginning of the second phase of the war against Al-Shabaab, was concluded in Mogadishu. Puntland State Military Court has handed death penalties to some 14 members of Al-Shabaab convicts. And lastly, the Somali National Forces continue to successfully secure the capital city and prevented many cases of attempted criminal acts intended to harm the Somali people. That is the end. Now, let me hand over to the SRC.